I used to believe that being in foster care meant something was wrong with me.
Yeah, no, I believe something was severely wrong with me, man. Again, tough childhood. You know, I had a brother who would do stuff, blame it on me, the tires, the fax machine. I didn't even know what a fax machine was. I still don't think I know what it is. But like, he would break it and I'd get the blame pinned on me and then I'd get beat with it, you know? And I got beat so much that they had a 2x4 and it broke so much that they hit me with that. And so it just...
You say a 2x4?
Yeah.
I had the same exact thing happen to me, I swear.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
It's the worst. And then they can't aim.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right there. Why are you hitting my lower leg?
The butt is right here, not that hard to miss.
Like, or the back, like, dude. But it's just like, I got beat for stuff that like I didn't do. You know, my older brother, he'd sneak into my room like every night and he'd hit me. And like it would leave bruises and like he did other stuff that I can't say on camera. But it's like, it's that kind of thing where it's like, you know, I thought that it was something wrong with me, you know? And so I mentioned that like I grew up and then like I developed into like the kind of kid that they thought I was, you know, the liar and the thief. And so eventually they put me back into the system at 11 and a half and they put me in a mental institution, you know? So I was there for a while, at therapy about like twice every week, you know, and I'd play chess with the therapist and we'd talk. And like, it took me so long to realize that like, I'm not the problem. Whenever I was getting close to my release date, the therapist, she asked me like, so how do you feel knowing that you're not going back to your home? And I'm like, what? You know, I wasn't told that. They didn't bother to tell me. You know, the dad would visit like maybe once a month or so. But it's just like, they never told me that. You know, they just stuck me there, dropped me off. And I asked her, I'm like, what do you mean? You know, that's my home, you know? Like, I hated it, but man, I had nowhere else to go. And so she's like, they didn't tell you. And I'm like, no, they didn't tell me. You know, they just told me that, you know, they'll be back next week. And, you know, so she called them and she was pissed out of her mind. And I'm like, dang, she's somebody who actually cares. And, you know, she asked them why they didn't, pardon my language, why they didn't have the balls to say it, you know? And they're just like, oh, I just don't feel like I can take care of him properly, you know? This is what's best for him. And she's like, well, why couldn't you tell that to him? You know? And so I sat there on the couch and I'm bawling my eyes out and I'm like, dude, what is wrong with me? You know? And so coming out of that, you know, it took her a little bit to reassure me. But it's like, I remember the last thing that she did for me is as I was leaving, she gave me a little glass chess set. She's like, I want you to continue to play and, you know, work on this and, you know, maybe we'll play again someday. And, you know, I still have that thing at home, you know, I keep it clean. But it's just like, I spent so long wondering what was wrong with me, you know? And I got out and I'm like, maybe I'm not the problem.